Was sleeping in these studios and waking up at 7, took the train to college. One semester was enough, I told my mom I got a different plan. I know that she was worried, but I kept my promise. Got the coins coming in once I checked the Sonics. Bank accounts emptied out, I had to thug it out. Always had a way to make it work and find another route. If they don't credit me, I'm checking out. These raps are just the thoughts I always stress about. My only way to let them out. They compare me to Jack, compare me to Mac. I feel it, but just spare me, it's whack. I bear my soul on these tracks. I never did it for a bag or a plaque. Just want the mirror man to smile when he stare at me back. It's like 3 a.m. and BK with a spliff. Thinking about if this is worth all the risk. Is this as far as we get? Hey, I hope it isn't, cause you know I'm trying to get it. Been disguising every limit, baby. Hey, I wasn't fine, but I'm always showing up on time.
Alright, so it's probably been a week since I actually did the last segment that you saw, just about a few seconds ago. So yeah, apologies for not posting a video last week because I actually got really ill. And I think I got some sort of variation of the norovirus. Basically, my girlfriend, I think she got it from her work and she was like throwing up a lot last Friday. Like at the beginning, I was like, I don't really know what's wrong with you because you're saying, you know, your stomach is hurting and like your joints are aching and everything. But it wasn't until she actually started throwing up that I was like, oh shit, there's actually something there. So Saturday, I was feeling like all right. I was just looking after her. And then Sunday, I was actually going to go for my long run in the morning. I was going to do 29 kilometers with On Running Club again. I was literally walking to the station. I tapped in and everything. And I was about to get on the tube, but I was feeling really, really bad that morning. I even like vlogged a little bit of it, so I might even put it here. But I was saying how I was just feeling really, really heavy. I was kind of even feeling like I was going to throw up as well. So yeah, thankfully I didn't persevere and try and, you know, muscle through this run and, you know, no pain, no gain, just get it done no matter what. I listened to my body. I came back home and I was actually really, really ill because I got into bed and I started sweating. I started getting really dizzy. I was feeling really weak. I didn't really eat anything. So it took about a day, 2 days to recover from that. And then, so yeah, obviously missed that YouTube deadline on the Tuesday last week. So yeah, once again, apologies for that. But I'm gonna make it up for you in this vlog. We're gonna have some interesting things going on. I'm gonna go to Chinatown in a bit actually with my friend Matthew. You might recognize him. For those who have been watching the channel for a very long time, he was my gym buddy, probably my only real gym buddy in London, to be honest. And he really did help me pack on, well, all of the muscle that I've kind of lost now that I've been doing all of this running. But we'll see him, and then we're going to London as well. I've got a few things that I would like to see and possibly get as well. And tomorrow we're actually going to go for our 29k run because I do need to do a 29k run. Marathon's in 6 weeks now. So, you know, time is coming closer and closer. And the longest run I've done so far is only 25 kilometers. So still a long way to go. I think the maximum run that I will do, or the longest run that I will do during this training block will be 34 kilometers. So yeah, I really, really need to get those long runs in, get my body used to it. And hopefully on the day, there'll be no accidents because the last thing I want to do is to poo myself. Because as I said, I went to watch the London Marathon a few years ago and someone did shit themselves and it's haunted me to this day ever since. So, yeah. If you've been following me on Instagram, you've probably got very sick and tired of this Cole Buxton jacket. But to be honest, you know, this jacket is really, really nice and I don't have that much money to spend on buying £200 jackets all the time and also have nowhere to put them either. So this is the one that we're going to wear for this outfit. I just think it's just very simple and minimal. That's kind of my style at the moment, you know, like I like pieces that have a bit more of a shape to them. So like this one is pretty puffy. Someone actually told me this is the puffiest jacket they've ever seen in their life. So yeah, I guess it does, like, you know, make people remember it. And for the shoes, we just have these standard Timberland shoes. These are actually waterproof, which is really good, being from London, where it could rain at any minute of the day. And also there's a lot of puddles in London, which might not even be water, it might even be a lot of sewage and urination as well. So this is gonna keep my trousers and my socks very dry. We're going to go for our 28-kilometer run that we didn't do last week. We're going to do it today. I did have a bit of Weetabix for breakfast. I'm trying out a bit of Weetabix, some honey, a tiny bit of milk. I was thinking to not use milk and just have water, but I'm going to see how milk goes today because I'm still trying out the nutrition before the actual run. I think during the run, I'm actually pretty happy with what I am taking. I just have the Science and Sports gels. I actually bought one which has some caffeine in it as well because that was the only one that they had. So I'm gonna try that, see how that goes. Taking the Science and Sports berry electrolytes right here. Pretty okay. And then obviously the water bottle, which is crucial. But today is about 4 degrees. So hopefully it shouldn't be too hot and I won't need as much water as if it was a little bit warmer. So the pacing for this run, we've got 7 kilometers at conversational pace, 14 kilometers at 5:25 per kilometer, which apparently is my target marathon pace, and then 7 kilometers at conversational pace again. So we're gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna try and really stick to the pacing this time. I think conversational pace for me is around 6 minutes, maybe 5:50-ish. So I'm gonna try and stick to that as much as I can, even if it feels really slow, if it feels really boring. I think it will pay off in the long run. So we're gonna have this, and we'll go. It's completed 5K now, at a pace of around 5:40-ish. Right, that's the warm-up done, 7K. Now we're gonna do 14 kilometers of 5:25. Tasting alright, not too warm because it's on my outside pocket rather than my lining pockets. Right, 15K in now, so about halfway there, a bit more than halfway. Yeah, starting to feel it a little bit, to be honest. Like, it's getting quite hard, I can't lie. Alright, so that's 21k done. And yeah, so that's 14 at the 5:25 pace. I think I got that. Not too sure, I need to check the splits. But now it's just 7 kilometers easy, so just gonna enjoy that, and I'll see you back at home. I actually wanted to cross this bridge here, but then I realized it was a it was a train bridge. Like, you can see the train coming there above me. I wanted to cross that. So I was like, I want to get back on the other side and then get back into Central, because I'm going quite far out west. So maybe I'll just run back the same way, to be honest. So then I save a bit of time with the commute home. Final kilometre. That wasn't too bad. I can kind of walk still. Oh, the sun is shining today. All right, let me draw the curtains a little bit. All right, so I thought I'd jump on and just talk a little bit about how I got into software engineering, and also how life is like being a full-time content creator, because I have had quite a few questions in some of my previous videos asking me how to get into software engineering if you didn't do a degree. So I didn't do a degree in computer science. I did actually a accounting and finance degree, and then I joined the Big Four, did my ACA qualifications, and then I just saw an opportunity to transition into software development. I was very fortunate that I was in the right place at the right time, where I pushed for a boot camp. It was a boot camp with Hyperion Dev. I know a lot of my other colleagues did a boot camp from General Assembly, and that's kind of how I got into it, really. So if you haven't had any educational background with computer science or software development, you can do a boot camp to get a kind of qualification, in a way, to show that you have done the appropriate learning to become a developer. It is one of those jobs where I do feel that they do care about your education. Like, there are obviously people who are self-taught, but a lot of those people who are self-taught mainly do freelance, from what I've seen. I'm not too familiar, if I'm being really honest, with the job market and what startup companies or the FANG companies are looking for, but I just know that those types of places will ask for computer science backgrounds from probably top universities, and you'll have very technical interviews, coding interviews, and you do like leak code kind of questions in your interviews. So I guess, yeah, one way to get into it is to do a boot camp and then just apply to as many places as possible. Probably start off with smaller companies, not like the super big tech companies like Amazon or Facebook, Netflix, all of those things, because they probably will say, they do need a computer science degree or some sort of, degree in mathematics, engineering, anything that you did do a bit of coding at university. I think another thing that you can do is to do some side projects as well, and actually have a GitHub repo, so then when you do come to applying, you can kind of show that you have done small projects on the side. Maybe you can create a little portfolio website as well, so just to differentiate yourself a little bit, just to show that you are keen despite not having a educational background. And yeah, then it's just about applying. And it's a game of numbers, really. The more you apply, the more chances that you will have at landing a job. So yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents on becoming a software developer. And in terms of how the content creation is going at the moment, it is, it's about a month and a half in, and it's going well. I can't complain. I get to wake up every day and do the things that I want to do. But obviously, as a freelancer or self-employed individual, you know, work doesn't come by regularly, at least for now anyway. Right now for me, I'm kind of laying the foundations at the moment, just trying to create as much content as possible, uploading multiple, like probably every day actually on Instagram at the moment, at least 5-6 times a week on Instagram and on TikTok, just to get more exposure. You know, content is king, you know, that is my job. So the more content that I push out, the more opportunities might come to me. And then it's just about being patient, also reaching out to brands as well, seeing if they want to do any collaborations. You know, nowadays I actually will have a fee when I do a collaboration with any brands now, because I am full-time. In the past, I would be very happy with just a gifted product in return for, you know, just using it in my video or talking a little bit about it. But now, you know, I spend more time creating the content, so, you know, I do feel like, you know, there has to be a bit of income coming in as well. Like I have to charge for my services a little bit. So yeah, that's kind of it. You know, cold calling, not cold calling, but cold emailing brands. Also, brands will reach out to me, and then I'll have like communication back and forth. You know, discussing budget and what they want, setting deliverables, and it's just going from there really. So at the moment, you know, I've got a couple things lined up. Some things in the pipeline as well that could be potential to happen with some pretty big clothing brands actually, because I've been posting quite a lot of fashion content. So that was really good because they kind of reached out to me. So, you know, if you are thinking about doing social media, just give it a go, because you just never know what could happen. You don't know who could reach out to you. So that's kind of like the thrill of it. Obviously, there are days and nights where I'm kind of like a bit, you know, sleepless, because I'm wondering when the next, you know, paycheck is coming in. Yeah, that's kind of my experience at the moment. Obviously, it's still very early days, but a lot of people have been asking, you know, how is it now being a full-time creator? This is it for me. It might be different for a lot of other creators, but yeah, I think this is kind of like the raw truth about it all. It's very, very up and down, fluctuating. And, you know, right now it's just trying to get better at like negotiating and all of these things as well. So yeah, that's kind of it. That's a bit of a rambling to end this video. I think I will end this here because I do want to edit this out, push it out for today, because you are going to be watching it today, which is when I'm recording this. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It means even more to me now that I am full-time, for you to engage with my content. And it is free for you guys, you know, you don't lose anything from it. And yeah, I can continue to make these videos for you all. I'll see you in the next video.